Right. Tuishe kopa no fie festi. Good afternoon. Na tituishe kofe panono na la supawi la fie. E kindly confirm. Uktira to voice yandi, the voice projection is loud and clear. And pola kulika flu. Na tituishe kofe panono kuilia shirie funde. So that itulondole bwino mukuipifiana ngula mma simple stems. Ukukongane funde ilia cyber security act. Ate chamwa no seka makamaka kuili ashiriria. And acheva na tituishe kofe, just confirm that you can hear me loud and clear. Mwalishi befin tuifiku ambo kulandagansha wantu tawale onfa. Nefa tuishe kofe panono, I forgive my voice. Ninkwata koka ichifine. Natawe tuishe kofe panono. I confirm you can hear me loud and clear so that tuishe ko panono kuidiashi ilia cyber security no fyo chara pilibula no fyo twala ikala. Pantu chechamu anoseka kuidiashiri nati tusupa uile kofe panono very clear ba Bruce wachita confirm utila very loud and clear. For those of you that may not be aware, mukwai kuri kwefunde Cyber Security Act. Iyo ile fwa kukontrola bwino ofo tuampana pamwela. Nangula how we relate with each other and our conduct. Imibele kumwela. You know, narishi byo kutirati ba politician makamaka bali mu makabali patasana social media. But insha ishibe kutira it's to this kind of magnitude. You know. Na dishi bote kwe na politician vadi pata social media, but insha ishibati ni muichichipimo. When you look at some of the laws in that particular act, kwe na mafunde yambi yalife wino, ile lo yambi nga waberengare chitano kulete mpepo, isha kutira ngole berenga kutina, ukukanka, chakwe wati nelenda diapona. Iliri ashiria Cyber Security Act mukwai. Let me just get to it so that tupitemo mumanebu wino some of the laws that we have under this Cyber Security Act. Ngata tuchenjere mkwaitu alapwa nefifungo wafire bakulire po fena fimbi pantu ufo nde monofyo mberengere muri act ile pola kwa tualapwa awe sure no kwa kutubika imbi balabula no kwa kututwala. But there is no way that you can when you look at the article number 2, you know, article number 2 of the Cyber Security Act, it's very clear. Ngachakutira tu muntu akutumina phone. Ero atira if you are you know, limbikuti isa chinja kuntanshire kamurekode. Mkwai mulandu wakakatanga nshi ukurekodo muntu taumwebere utira ndefo kurekoda. So imomo bakwe batirimbi watumino wankongole. Oletira iyo alanda tarefo kulipila pale kamurekode so that sure etukese puishanya bwino mulandu okutira ninsunga evidence mkwai mulandu wakakatanga nshi utira kuyako na kujele wakukaka. Umulandu wakumurekodo kwa bula ukumweba kutira ina umuchinkulo kutira yo kanabesa ndefu amirekode opota turatampa kulanda. No, but I would like to ask a question. What kind of law lifunde lya musango shanili? Ololimbi mwali mulabomba samwe wa umfo umuntu wa mulomo eleka murekode nkaye balanga ofala yo uyu muntu wa mulomo leka murekode bakaye umfira bene fyalilanda mulandu akakatanga nshi wa utira sure nga bayikata awe kukaka according to this ile lando utira ti nika 2 years nangula ka fine or both. Ukurekoda omuntu no mweba. Nomba mafunde ya msango chani. There is another one. Kulina imbi. When you look at it, it's under Article 3 of cyber security. You know, when you look at the Article 3 of cyber security, pitana mumbadi ilifunde yeti roku checkinga lilanda pa kucheckinga amafoni ukupita mu computer gadget ukupita mu phone yabene mulandu. Oh yo ndechita suspect limbi madamu ekwali bo balanda nabo awe lili alala sorry na tinchite apologize uti lawe ka internet shuwa mwalishi wa Mozambia lia shirikaya. Just confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Otherwise nimbwela pamuela na titusupa wile. Just confirm, comment uti that you can hear me loud and clear. Apatule konkanyapo kwili ya shiri. Mkwa ingofyo nachiralanda. Kwili ya shiri ya ukupituruka muri phone ya bene mulandu akakatanga nshi ukutira iyo limbi apo ararapa na arara leka mpone bwino atawe sure mulandu wakakatanga nshi utira according mkwa inefunde ediretila ukutira you can get up to 5 years pakupituruka fe muri phone ya bene. Nomba mafunde ya msango shani haya. Mona fe kumonanga alanda na bani awe sure na omulandu. When you look at the, go and check Article 3 of the Cyber Security Act, mulandu sure wakakata wakesa mipita, you can get up to 5 years or fine or both. That is Article 3 of the Cyber Security Act. Sharing afirianga kwa trending asire queen firia mwatema utira boy mona kweche chali kwata mukwai mulandu sharing a video. I think we already have laws that already account for that, republication and sharing of, but nindabwa na muri mu Cyber Security Act ilifunde na ribwela nutiro sharing a obscene material nangula vulgar. So in short ukutamba barumendo according to this baya barumendo batukana pa social media no kubatamba kwine mulandu. Mumwe batira uyu mugayiza aratukana boy mumfweko mulandu watching such kind of vulgar and obscene material nangula, you know, atamba sile kwini alipaka puna a trending apo njele boy monako oyu au kukukaka ukwabula fe sure kushinshikila. This is in the, when you go and look Article 22 of the Cyber Security Act, it's very clear. Utira tite kwesha utira awe leka mposte kwa kakanani kani akamone kwa munandi ati mulandu wakakatanga you could go to jail for a period. Tumone nini ndabo kubika po period waraku kakapali iwe mulandu. Anyway mwala ipiturukiramo mwebene mchecking bwino. Even misleading information nangula information meant to deceive. Nangula kuchita publicize false news na omulandu. According to this issue here, when you will be able to find this issue relating to deceiving and misleading under Article 19 of Cyber Security Acts. Cyber Security Act mukwai, you find it on Article 19, misleading. I think this issue is already accounted for when you look at our laws. Criminal, when you look at our penal code, it's already accounted for, you know, publicizing of false information, false news. There are laws that are already enforced to regulate this issue. So na papa hutira to awo moriri then kuliko na kambia ka some of the laws are okay, like this one, Article 24 of the Cyber Security Act ilelanda with regards to, you know, ilelanda pari terrorism as well as inciting ethnic division. Nangula ukubomfya ukufaayo okutira tukupatula abantu mulandu wa butundu. This one is a good law, and it's one of the most harshest, with the most harsh punishment. Ngachako bati mumirandire yobe olefu akutira tu abantu beme bambye kuma nakapina ngura bambye kuimyotuse mbye kupepeka no mulandu wa butundu ati kukupela life imprisonment mulandu wa behavior musango oyo. Like I said, some of the laws are good. I think this is one of them. That should be a deterrent. Utira ukulanda iyo ubutundu babefi abantu babi mutima iyo ababantu mukwai mulandu akakatanga nshi wa utira you'll be able to get life imprisonment for trying to bring divisions on the basis of tribe and Angola ethnic divisions. That this particular law is under Article 24 of the Cyber Security Act. Otherwise, kuliko nerifunde ifunde limbyo lyo nachira papa nachira fandete ko kuli imwe limbikiti mwangafu wako ilifunde lilipa Article 27 of the Cyber Security Act ilelanda kuti that the law enforcement officer can enter any premises with a warrant which has been signed by a judge, meaning kuti aingira na munganda yobe ukusecha ba gadget obale monatri with reasonable suspicion utirati pali iliana nikane phone yako na ngura computer device pali something oyo atobere mulandu. The law enforcement officer can get a warrant signed by a judge and come and collect it from you. No kupituru kama kusecha ukumona bwino nga chakutira tikuri mwali tobere funi ngamona kutira ta limbite iya bomfeshe limbi kuliko na imbi. He can even extend the search to other gadgets in that premise. Number, where is the privacy? Where is the right to privacy if an officer can come through with a warrant? Because some of you are going to say, yo, kaiti pali warranty, na basu minisha ba court. We already have laws in this country that gives the court that kind of power. There was no need to include it here. The privacy, those of you saw the American embassy commenting on that matter. Ngamwamono kutira abantu bambye bashiri bakuno bambo kulanda pachintu mufire mwa chikonka bwino. Mchibemba batira tuwa kweba emfa ya kwanoko mutanshi. When other people start warning you, because ngawa ikonga bwino ilia statement ile yafumine kuri bakana besa kuria. Ine nare mona kwa tirimzi. It was meant to warn the people here, not those people that way. You understand? Yeah. We need to read that law very clearly. Some of those laws are really infringing on the rights of people, because we already have laws that already curtail, the conduct of people on the cyberspace. You understand? Ababa Matthew is very pushed. Why should you have privacy when you are breaking the law? Ngamwacha koka first year law school Matthew muka bwere tukalandeko. Otherwise the party for mwishiwe. Ngamwacha koka first year when you just do even just one semester in law school, then you can come and talk to us. The number one sacred human right, one of those rights is privacy, right to privacy. Your privacy to there and up, there are no rights that are absolute. If you are breaking a law while trying to express yourself, definitely you have to be picked up. uleto befunne kutafasha ni privacy nga bali abafimba nefitenge ku court nishitamula ndira tu uyu ninshale fisambina why you broke the law, why are you hiding in chitenges nishitamula ndire fyo bantwani mwe banimo. Let's talk objectively on these matters. Let's not be excited here. Let's talk objectively on these matters. Let's not be excited for nothing. It's very important because apamule mrelanda, but when one of you or your relatives is caught in the web, nimwamuke samkula adira pamwela pano. Lero tulelanda, we are warning you about these things here. When one of your people is caught in the web of those things, muke samkulila pano. Natulelanda mlemo wakati kuangala. Kwati masange ayo. By Matthews. Do you understand? There is also Article 28 of the Cyber Security Act. Ile rando kutirati. Ngachakwe bati ulio mulandu uwa cyber. Naba kutuwala kuchidie. Ero baya kusangata uli guilty. Nangula kesi baichita withdraw, baichita discontinue. Iria phone nangula computer gadget banyongele. They will return to you within 30 days. So iria phone wapokele kuri iwe mulandu wa kutira bali sendereza evidence ukulanga bwino kuri. Ero mulandu wa kusangata awe takwete mulandu tatobere funde. They are supposed to return that phone to you within 30 days. Nomba ngachakutila. This was according to Ioni, like I said, Article 28A. The gadget to be returned within 30 days. Ngachakwe bati case bakusanga you are not guilty, nangula bachita withdraw case. They will return your phone, nangula computer gadget within 30 days. Then B, Article 28B. Irerandati. Ngachakutirati. The law enforcement officer, for some reason, is unable to locate you. Teshi woko li after banyonga chidie chipe. Nangula taulefwayo kupokerera chidie chipe. Kuti achita apply. Kukoti. Ukutira ti banyonge iwe chidie chipe chibe chabuteko. Ngachakwe bati phone ili anangula computer system. Va officer tabeshi bokwa kusanga. He can apply to forfeit that gadget to the state. No mbanshishiwe ngachakutila ku chapilivula shani ngachakutila tu uyu muntu takwete namba yove akutumina tiyoso sende nangula shani. And you know the entire act ya cyber security lelanda pari sharing of sensitive information which the state deems to be sensitive information is a criminal offense. No, but natural fandande kofe kuidiashi, let's say, during maybe tulande fenangu kuma election time, like ingefiture ingira mama election. Filia muchito kutira, na bapenda kuvubwi, mkwa ya fumimefi, trying to share that information. Is that going to be regarded also as a criminal offense? Because when you look at it critically, it's going to bring a lot of problems when it comes to accountability with regards to credible elections. Ngachakutira ati abantu bafuire bakwata ile information, back in the day mule ikonka bwino. Sharing that information makes it a little bit difficult for people to tamper with some of these things. But ngachakutira ati nomba waba mulandu sharing such kind of, and the state needs to explain what vital and critical information is. Because abantu bafuire beshi bebushe critical information in ichinshi. What information is it, so that people are aware? People are aware, because iria cyber mufire muishi benge fona chilanda. Article 22 of the Cyber Security Act, which is, covering a lot of issues. One of them among obscene material. Ngefe na chiranda. Mwebatira iyo umwa ichari paka puna. Hemona kwa kaboy. Mula ndua kakatangaji. You cannot share that information. And anyway, it's okay. You cannot, we need to just be honest. That kind of information, equal sharing, I had some friends that would do some such a thing. Alaba felimbina wikala wadabu afiku WhatsApp. Kenge, tembe. Wisure pabantwero wa moneka. Yeshua. Iwe, kuwa kalipidafi. Nefi shua, for ingana ntumi nefi. You know what I mean? It corrupts you. And for me, I feel that's a good law. Sharing of obscene material in a Christian nation should be unacceptable. But according to this, there is also vulgar issue. So no kutamba vena ntuani vari ava tukana. Na umulandu. But you see, like I said, there are some things that are really not necessary. Like recording a phone call cannot be criminalized. Ukurecord a phone call omuntu kali ata mpoku bepa lero mu record so that nomba tukese puishanya bwino ngafitirwa kuti abasha ni mulandu. Overall, when you look at it, Valanda Timbarara Imonga Yabora is Fiona Fibola. There are a lot of some of the laws that are okay in this, but I think I would say that a number of these are bad laws. They are really a direct infringement on freedom of expression, and we should really not. We should just urge those in authority to reconsider this position. Then there is also this act, this Article 21. Article 21 is that disclosing of investigation or information. Therefore, about to clarify, because I saw some on Facebook were saying, no kupera call out, yawakuita invite. Then whatever abantu wachita publicize ukiro na banjita wakana besa ku police kishibe by a law enforcement officer have been invited. I've been invited by a law enforcement officer for an investigation issue there. According to this Muland, ukuchita publicize. How is that an offense? How can that be an offense? Nomba kurianga baya kuchita detain but abantu bakeshi bashani. Like I said, Tampa. I didn't know that social media was such a big issue. I had no idea that it was to this magnitude in terms of a big issue. Pantu ayama fundenga waroresha. How issue at repwa. Deleting na when you look at Article 4, iranda pa kudelete data nangura information ya muntu pa computer system. No, but naturally I was thinking on my own. Imagine watu wali romurumendo. Phone ina inshu pay nangula laptop na inshu pa nchitira ko mtumone. Elo wa delete ya data. Now, according to this article, Mulandu, Kumukaka, according to this issue here. Imagine phone ile kushupali mina ikwataka virus, wamtualira, chitambu enako tumone futuala chita. And then, for some reason, that information of yours is deleted. That is a criminal offense. Uriamuntu kumukaka. For losing that information. How is that of benefit to anybody? How is that of any benefit to anybody? Please, those of you that are asking, where can you find this act? Just type Google Paria, go to Zambia Cyber Security Act 2025. You'll be able to find it. It's actually on the Parliament page. you'll be able to find that particular. It's a very small, it's less than 1 megabyte, so it won't get any much of your airtime with regards to data. Kano sana. For those of you that want me to share with you, you can inbox me and I will gladly do so. Meanwhile, click on the link that I've posted. Mkwaipa weekend Roma Dishvedi Ashirikaya. You get up to 300% bonus when you sign up. When you click on that link, it will take you to 1xbet page where you'll be able to register, enter your details. When you use the promo code Fontini1x, small letters, Fontini1x, 1xbet will automatically give you and credit 300% bonus. Kubika mwaka no wakalikonse. And those of you that don't manage to get the 300% bonus, inbox me so that we can assist you and ensure that you get what is rightfully yours. So like ingefe natural and parende super wila. O ababa kanabe sabale ipusha baka umba. Ukutira tingefindera ndapano. The way you are talking on live right now, if I record you, is it a criminal offense? Of course, wakaramba. If in there and the panosonga mwambo kurekoda, mulando. Of what benefit? Who's benefiting from such kind of ntwani? You know, a good law, in law school they teach you, a good law, you know, the question is, who is it saving? When there are people that it is saving, then it's a good law. Nombanga chakwe bati, na record dem pupu. Na record direct sta confess. Yo na divide nishani tani na irekoda para tuiranda. Mwise munkake paku rekoda iliempu. Who are you saving? Who is that kind of law saving? A bad law speaks for itself. You understand? Who are you saving? Seriously, mafunde ya msangoshania. You see? So these are some of the laws na cheba na tinsupa wile utilate ema funde mkwaya reisa kule cyber law, cyber security act utilate chamwa noseka mkwaya inga tatui kiafu tu alapwa. We need to familiarize ourselves with those laws, otherwise awe sure te chamwa noseka yarama funde cyber security acts. Okupitiru kafe muli phone yabana mobe ule mona utila ndemo na kwa tilimbiva madam. I think there's something going on with the boss baba. Pale abapuala lalimbi bali kubafa watila nde kanji katilelero. Kukaka mulandu for accessing a gadget without a permission. Au mulandu akakatangashi. Number, the question again. Who is such kind of a law saving? Of what benefit? Because a law must be beneficial. Who is it benefiting? Nangula kutino utilati this law won't save you tukakakwa. Chondera noti that abafire bakushefe nesifungo. Pantu awe suwa fe kusharing afe tumakago tila mono alipaka puna mulandu. Ati yo nomba pare kambo nentwa ni ukupitulu kele mulifoni yaba wana mobe mulandu. Do you understand? So na cheba na timichi nkule makamaka kuiri ashiri utila ka Cyber Security Act. Any well-meaning person will see that there's something wrong there. You know, some of the laws are okay. Ngefe na chilanda. Inenjifua yokuba one-sided. Me, I'm a very objective person. And, you know, I do not speak on political, you know, affiliations. I speak bluntly how things really are. Some of the laws in that the act, some of them are okay. Especially these ones that can bring you know, a destability which can destabilize our country, such as, you know, tribal divisions, ethnic divisions. Those are good laws because they maintain the peace of this country, which our forefathers fought for. You know, we've been able to live peacefully since then because we have been working together. So, and there's been politicians, actually, in most cases, the people that try to bring divisions based on tribe, it's politicians themselves. So this is a good law. You know, this one, which is talking about where is that law? Article 24. randa pali division based on ethnic nani. It's very clear kusenda ka life imprisonment nga chakweba tuambo kuleta amangalo kwiria shirian twan trying to divide people based on ethnic divisions. You could get up to life imprisonment for that offense if found guilty. This is a good law. We need to maintain order and sanity. Intutwale kula tuwaletea bola no kuangala pamo. No one will even ask you why you put tampo kutea bolo ni mutundu inchi. We used to play very well until we grew up, found that the elders that we found had messed up this country. Urefwa nchito uri mutundu inchi. Can you imagine these people? And they don't want the youth to come and take over these issues when they are the ones that are messed up. Because it is a tribe, meaning the people we find there, but if we were playing together and enjoying each other's company until they start trying to corrupt us through that nonsense. This is why I always say that ukukula mu myaka limote kukula mu mano. Do you understand? This is why we are saying the youth of this country have the capacity to lead. Because if we beneta tunaonaika, you understand? We need to take up that issue. So nacheba na timichi nkule kuili ashiri mafundi haya yantuani uti dawe shuwa techamu anose kangawarolekesha kuili ashi iliria cyber security. Ngatamuli careful to alapwa. Wafile bakurira pepe na fimbi. Elefwa ika every combo ni nangula street. Kuliko nangu prison imo. Ea kutila ti. Ile tangata bantu bakuriria area. Omona ndo kutila ti. Ngawarolesha bwino mafundeli muri chilia. Ile funde ya Cyber Security Act. Awe sure to alapwa bwino. Muku supawira lekeni mpitiru kemo those of you that are joining me. Ilili ni hapa. First of all, ponchi la pitiru kamo. Please, nimbika ka link mu comment section. Click on that link to register for 1xbet. Mkwaipa weekend, you get 300% bonus nga mwabonfia promo code ya Fontini 1x. All small letters, mkwai not kubika capital. Kufibika femma small letters. Fontini 1x. No space, mkwai. Nishwara mipera 300% bonus nga mwaisula account kubonfia Fontini 1x. Remember, awe sure you could also get 6,300 kwacha oyo bapela mukwaipa Monday, Wednesday and Fridays. Mukwaipa pela fair lutu kumalaki winners for merely registering using promo code Fontini 1x. So tienture tea kwa magame fingi te bola fair kaya bapa ya kuli no tuma games utu ingi watea kwa video game watea ka game nshi abantu bale winendrama mkwai hapa butafe tutu nomba lekeni mpituruke bwino mkwai kumafunda yopo nshiraya before I come out of here. Mkwai article 10 of the Cyber Security Act. This one is dealing with recording, unauthorized recording of conversation. Nangula phone call tureranda para tureisha awe shuwa ndekwe banje bere shuwa au mwachori anda mumfa bwino shuwa alikwata imo mwa recorda mwa mumfisha awe mulandu nangula ta mumfisha mwansta record uko abuloku njeba nangula asking for my permission mulandu akakwata you could get up to 2 years nangula ma fine nangula fyonse fibili bamipera bakukaka futi balenda utira ulipirene indalama wondo kutira ati wali recorda phone call okwabula ukulombolusa songa olefwa ati murekodi omuntu ufire wa mwebera limonjibera muntu wanda potatula tampa kulanda endefwa record so that I keep this for the record so that uri omuntu ngasumina then you can go ahead but ngakani nafapa butatutu awe sure you cannot record without the consent. If you record without informing, you could get up to 2 years imprisonment for that kind of offense. Ichinachira ipshotira number in whose interest is that kind of a law? Busheri funde ori omuntu engera po kuchifungo ukurekoda vepa phone. We need to just be very clear and straightforward that is a bad law. Ete funde ya kutira tu muntu kutaira po ku prison ukurekoda fe omuntu pa phone. Awe sure that is not a good law, and for sure those of you that are coming here na masange it's because kwena we are not really thinking logically. But for those of you that are really just thinking logically, you just agree. You cannot take at your fish chichi chalenga bantu ani babe kuchifungwa ati. Can you imagine? Wari rekodo munabo pa phone. And you can imagine you are going to visit somebody in jail for just recording a phone call. That is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. We need to just be serious, you know. We need to just call it a spade. You cannot really jail somebody for recording a phone call. You understand? And then the other issue here, there is another Article 3 of the Cybersecurity Act ireranda mukwaipa kupituruka mfoni ya mwine ukabula kubomfya nangulo kulomba olusa mulandu. You could get up to 5 years umulandu wa kupituruka muli foni ya bene iyo limbi ba mudala limbi kwali basile queen na lyumfwa leka mbonefu baranda nankwe limbi wa umfwa message yaisa bana bafuma limbi bali samba nangula bali panse ikutira iyo leka mbone mulandu wakakatanga. You could get up to 5 years mulandu bakupera nangula ama penalty nangula fine nangula bakupera fyonse fibili umulandu wakutobera efunde nomba. The question is what kind of law is that one, and of whose benefit is it benefiting? Can you imagine muntu vamukakire pakupita muri phone ya mwina mwakwe? And those of you that are coming here commenting utira vifunde fedi suma loreleni until one of your relatives is behind the bars for such kind of thing. Eno mukamona tikanshi kwangala. And you know that is how shallow some people are. Until something happens to them, that's when they complain. Ngafira chitika fe kumbi, it's okay. Ngafira chitika kuli bena, it's okay. But ngachaisa nomba mu family ni momba mwambo kusonkenda lama kulipira ba lawyer. Tira bamupokorere uli ya muntu. That's when now you come here. No, how can they do this? You see, that is the problem. In Zambia, when we support people, if you want to say a mistake, you want to support it without being logical. Because ulia muntu nga wali mutemo fili wa mweba, akana be sapa, you know me na limite mwa sana. But hapa mna mrufianya. That is proper. You need to offer guidance. But Muzambia, ngachakwe bati, I side with you. Even what you stand for, even if it's wrong, I will still be there. No, muntu andi, no, alifia bwino. But deep down in it now, we need to grow, to move from such kind of none. If you were meant for it to run out that way, tafili win. If tafili win, so that we can be better. No, if you should win to the tota. Ni mulepwa nga muleyanga. Ni mulepwa muleyanga. Otherwise, I can assure you that if a lawyer are busy and the profession of law is really going to be beneficial now in terms of finances, because the courts will be busy with these laws here. Sharing of, Article 22, vulgar language, sharing of obscene material, mulandu. So basically, no kutamba fi abena Antoine nani uli omulumendo utukana sana. Ukumutamba ulia mulandu. I don't want to sound politically inclined, but mweba tamba abantu batukana pa social media. Do you watch those with your headsets? Nangula ubika fe ole tamba fe ukupisha fashion sense lesi ya sure. How can you really be comfortable watching somebody insulting from start to finish? I've heard quite a number of names of people that make content insulting. And when you look at the number of views, you'll be shocked. Ulenje babonsa abantu wale tambo muntu aye tukanas. Zambia, it's very easy. Okuba celebrate. Yes, you have. You'll be surprised. Umuntu urera ndefya mano wino wala mona 320 views. Akwetefe ngapusuka omfana afika kona ku 1000 abantu batambire. But umuntu ule tukana. Close to 1 million views. People are watching from start to finish. Lepecha kutira ti moma second fe wa player fe video watira tete ntambe cha msango. But people have been watching that thing from start to finish. Those of you Mulandu article 22E, that is aiding and abetting. You're encouraging those insultants. Mulandu wakakatanga nshimo mwe tambenzele. Mwe sharing antwani kanotira boy mona na leaking up. Ni bana ne baba ichimo baba leaking up Mzambia baba trending up. Boy walimu mona. Wishwa Mzambia. Leka nkutumineko Mulandu kukukaka for sharing that information. For sharing obscene material. So please, mukapituruke mokarakantu tatrifaya kutira bamukake. Go through that Cyber Security Act. Like I mentioned, apandere keresha mukulekeresha kutira some of the laws I think are really detrimental. They are really unfortunate to a civilized society because they do not benefit anybody. Tetuka kyo muntu kupita moto mufoni ya mwina mwakwe na ngula girlfriend. Aya kuna kuchifungo. Who does that save? Who does it benefit? Umuntu achite ntuanika ne record phone ko. Utira yipo mpwerero le kanji record so that wakese umfofo yale iba kuntwani ukuna Mulandu. Of whose benefit? We need to just relook at those things and, I don't know if people that assented to those laws read those things. Nangula kwa kubika professor nature. But I am bitema funde ya kutiraktia in a civilized society. The American embassy was warning those of you that may not be aware, was warning their citizens to be careful in case wise. And we need to just sit down and say, finch village tiko kutira abantu bambi okula soka abantu tira mube careful kong nachako bate muleyoko. What is happening there? You see? So we need to just look at that issue and see how we can move forward. But otherwise, we sure. Nacheba na timichi nkule pantu and muntu wenu wachiku